Welcome to Whips in the Dungeon. We're doing a follow-up on a whip unboxing, whip maker's review. This is a 4-foot, 16-plat bullwhip by Witchcraft Whips, Johnny Ogren in Sweden. And I've been throwing it now for about 1.5 years. So you saw me throw it right out of the box. I don't think you've seen me throw it since then. So I'm going to throw it for you today, and you can see how this whip's breaking in, and I'll make some comments on this whip. But let's take a close-up look first. Okay, it's done in whiskey and saddle tan, and Johnny did some chevrons up here, and he kind of has this speckledy pattern that I think is kind of a signature plat of his, because I have a match set of bullwhips he did, or a match set of snake whips rather. And the snakes have that same kind of speckledy pattern. Very nice work. Pineapple knot, very nicely done. Whipmaker's plat, very straight, very smooth all the way to the end. So let's see how this whip's throwing. Latigo fall. The Latigo fall is very streamlined and petite, okay? So bow and arrow with this whip, really nice. It just rolls out with a simple thumb push and cracks, okay? Off the shoulder. Nice roll out, ends in a puff. Okay. I don't throw bullwhips horizontally because I think gravity affects them too much. But the forward figure 8, what I like about this whip is it's broken in, it has good agility against the spine. I like to throw my backhand against the spine, and it's very accurate. It finishes where I point it. So if you look at this whip, I'm trying to throw right at the camera. I'm looking right at the camera, and my goal is to have the whip finish at the camera, forehand and backhand, very consistently. So it's doing that. When I can look, point, throw, then, and I'm in a scene in top space, I can achieve what I call Qigong mode, where I'm moving energy with my mind, and with a whip that I can look and point, and it goes where I pointed, I can achieve that. So the Witchcraft whip has achieved that for me. I don't have too many other whips that have achieved that. Forehand and backhand target very accurately. When I say very accurately, I'm putting the forehand and the backhand all within that little 3-inch circle. If I wanted to go shoulder shoulder, I could do that and just widen my V out. But again, I'm looking, pointing, and the whip's going. I'm not having to think about it. I'm looking, pointing, and the whip's going, and this whip has achieved that. A big thank you to Johnny for making me this whip. Any of the whips that I sell, they're all excellent, excellent whips by world-class whip makers. They just didn't match my style of throwing and what I personally, after 26 years, I'm kind of persnickety. In fact, there's whip makers that won't make me a whip because I'm too persnickety, and they don't want to have to deal with decks and my idiosyncrasies. For those of whip makers that do, I thank you, thank you, thank you. Johnny's whip has achieved Qigong mode. It's an unloaded natural belly bullwhip. I don't know 100% sure the lasagna, but I would suspect, because it's such a slimline whip, I would suspect T-split is stranding, at least for the bellies, and maybe even for the overlay, but then maybe not. You know, you don't know that lasagna. All I can tell you is it's very accurate. It's broken in nicely. It goes right where I point it. What more can you ask? As always, thank you for watching Whips in the Dungeon. Remember, subscribe, ring the bell, consider becoming a member of the channel. And thanks as always for watching to the end.